Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make juicy marinated chicken kebabs. These kebabs are so simple and easy to make, but that marinade is what takes them over the top. They are juicy and moist every single time. You can make them with veggies or without. Either way, you're gonna love them. We're gonna start by dicing up some chicken breasts. It helps if you have nice thick breasts when it comes to kebabs so you can get beautiful cubes. Ideally, you want even-sized cubes, but that's not actually possible because that's not how a chicken breast is shaped. So first, I cut off the end piece, and then I'll either slice it in thirds or in half, depending on the size of the breast. When they're cut into strips like this, it's a little easier to see so that you can get those even pieces. You can marinate your chicken in a shallow dish, but I actually like using a resealable plastic bag. I know it can be considered a little wasteful by some, so you choose. So I'm just gonna put all my chicken cubes straight into this bag, along with all of my marinade ingredients. Once you have all of your chicken cut up, then we can move on to our marinade. And for me, the secret to a great meat marinade for the grill is actually soda. So I'm gonna add in 1 cup of grapefruit soda, or you could use lemon lime. So Squirt, Sprite, 7-Up, they will all work for this. It's the combination of the sugars and the carbonation that work together to produce the most tender chicken. We'll also add in 1/4 cup of soy sauce, about a tablespoon of sesame oil, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and then a tablespoon each of minced garlic, prepared horseradish, and minced ginger, and the kind from a tube is perfect for this. Next, seal this up, and all that's left to do is squish it around and combine all of those marinade ingredients. You want to marinate this in the fridge for about 4 hours before you make your kebabs. You can use either metal or wooden skewers for these. If you're using wooden, make sure to soak them for 30 minutes before you assemble your kebabs. For the veggies, bell peppers are a classic option. We want to use both red and green for that beautiful color. You want to just cut them into little bite-sized pieces. So, about 1 to 1.5 inches, just so everyone can eat them. There's just nothing worse when you're eating a kebab and you get to a piece that's just too big to take a bite. With a red onion, I do about the same thing here. You want to cut it in half and then peel off the layers and make sure that it's cut into little bite-sized pieces. And then with a zucchini, we want to just discard the top and then cut about 1/4 inch thick rings. You don't want to go too thin on these, otherwise they will fall apart. Then we're going to transfer these all to a bowl, because while some people just eat them plain, I always like to make sure I season my veggies. I keep it simple with just a tablespoon of vegetable oil and then 1/2 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. Give that a toss. And now's the time to fire up the grill. You can use this recipe with a gas grill, a charcoal grill, or today we're actually going to use our indoor infrared grill, which is kind of fancy. The point is, though, you just want to make sure you preheat the grill while you assemble. Just start threading your skewers. I always like to start with a veggie just to kind of hold things on. Piece of chicken. And then it's all about alternating with, for me, frankly, the colors that I want to have to make these pretty. You just want to make sure that you don't pack it in too tight. Give just a little bit of space so the air can circulate in between, and you'll get a better, more even cook. Grab your kebabs and head to the grill. These cook so fast, it really only takes about 10 minutes. Every few minutes, just give them a little flip so they get an even char. Of course, every grill works a little bit differently, so make sure you use a meat thermometer to check for accuracy. Chicken needs to be cooked to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, look at these guys. It's absolute perfection. Always juicy every time. I think we are ready to eat. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos, where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. We'll see you later.